A number of quote unquote fans have seemingly turned against WNBA star Caitlin Clark after she did the unforgivable crime of liking an Instagram post. Now, obviously, the post itself matters, and it was, as you may know, it was the Taylor Swift endorsement of Vice President Kamala Harris post. Now, we're gonna show you the freak out and some of the things they've been flooding Caitlin Clark's Instagram with. But first, she was asked about this, and here's what she had to say.
Caitlin, you liked an Instagram post last night from Taylor Swift that got a lot of attention. And I'm just curious if you could tell us what that post meant to you, and if you are in fact potentially going to endorse Kamala Harris. Thank you.
I think for myself is, I have this amazing platform, so I think the biggest thing would be just encourage people to register to vote. I think for myself, this is the second time I can vote in an election. At age 22, I could vote when I was 18. So I think do that. That's the biggest thing I can do with the platform that I have, and that's the same thing Taylor did. And I think continue to educate yourself with the candidates that we have, the policies that they're supporting. I think that's the biggest thing you can do, and that's what I would recommend to every single person that has that opportunity in our country.
A storm is tearing up the digital media industry. Only our audience can save us in these difficult times. Help us reach our goal of 100,000 new members at tyt.com/team.
I have a platform. I'm gonna tell people what I think. I did my research, and she's not it wasn't like a full-throated endorsement herself of Kamala Harris. And also she said basically the exact same thing that Taylor Swift said, which is everyone should do their own research, but everyone should register and they should vote. They should be a part. She's not like berating people to like Taylor Swift or to vote for Kamala Harris. It was very reasonable. Unfortunately, the people who I guess formerly liked Caitlin Clark are not being very reasonable about her liking this post. And so I want to show you some of the things they've been posting. I mean, you could find literally thousands of these, but it include was just starting to finally pay some attention in the WNBA because somebody was actually worth watching. Then you caved with crying eyes. And I think we're gonna get to others, but that really sums up a lot of the issue, not only with this story, but the sort of meta conversation about Caitlin Clark and what's been going on with the WNBA and people's reaction to her versus Angel Reese and all of this stuff. There's so much in that message. Was finally starting to pay attention. And am I not merciful that I am finally paying attention to your sport? Because there's someone actually worth watching. If I was Caitlin Clark, and I don't speak for her, I would tell you to go all of the way to hell off of that. The idea that, there's nobody that's ever been worth watching in the WNBA. Why are you even watching it? If there's literally one athlete that you're a fan of, that makes no sense. And the idea that your favor towards her can't survive her liking an Instagram post, I don't think you were that attached anyway. But let me read one or two more and then we'll discuss. Why did you like Taylor Swift's post about endorsing Kamala? I don't know, Kelsey living and laughing. Why do you think? Why do you think she liked it? Okay. So it's not even a real question. It's just, I see what you did and you've angered me, a random person on the internet. And then please don't get sucked into politics. Okay, so don't get sucked into politics. It's not for you, Caitlin Clark. Me, a random reasonable person who goes on to say, Taylor Swift is fully endorsing candidates that want to allow children to be surgically or chemically treated to change their bodies permanently without parental consent. Do your own research. Think she's a phenomenal entertainer and talent otherwise. I love that last message. Do your own research, I say, after I say things that aren't true and that I would know aren't true if I did 5 seconds of actual research rather than just believing what I read on a Facebook post. So there's a lot of madness here, but it's the general thing that we always see, that we saw with Taylor Swift, which is nobody should get involved in politics if you're a celebrity, unless you like Donald Trump, in which case it's awesome and you should totally do that. What do you think?
I just had this argument with, again, I raised my Republican friend who was on the radio talking about something or another. And he was so offended that certain entertainers have opinions. All I care about is being factual. It's the part that you were reading where, and I'm encountering more and more of these people who have no idea what they're talking about. They're just spreading disinformation. They just have no idea. And I said to him, listen, you're not just one thing. You don't just write songs or pick up garbage or you're an author. You're actually somebody who breathes air, lives in the world. You're allowed to have opinions, even if I don't agree with them or you don't agree with them. It's just about imposing upon other people, spreading lies. And by the way, stay off Taylor's page and Caitlyn's if you don't like what they like. It's really that simple. It really is that simple.
By the way, like, if a celebrity I liked a Trump post or whatever, then I might be bothered by it. You know what I wouldn't do? I wouldn't post on their Instagram. It might even affect my view of them. Whether it should or not is an open question. But like, then okay, then just go on about your life. Like harassing them. And then also like making it a thing about like the worth of the WNBA or something. Like again, it ties into what a lot of people have been saying, which is some of the right wingers that are claiming to be interested in Caitlin Clark of the WNBA just seem to like what they thought was a white, importantly, athlete, straight, importantly, athlete, maybe right wing, importantly, athlete. Okay, that's acceptable. You go in there and you beat all those black lesbians that I have no interest in. And then the second it turns out that some of that's not true, she's still white and I think still straight. No, not acceptable. No interest anymore. Screw you, screw your league, screw your sport. And that's what I say as someone who totally loves women's sports. I mean, after all, I misgender people from time to time, so you know I'm authentic. Anyway, the entire thing is ridiculous. Like whatever post you want. You don't have to follow her on social media, okay? You don't have to watch it. I'm sure at this point she doesn't want any of these people watching her anyway.
No, when she stops being the unwilling poster child, unknowing poster child for your hate and what you're spewing, suddenly she's not worthy. You're not an WNBA fan in the first place. Just go sit down.
Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.